right.
Hey, hey, hey. West Coast Wednesdays.
Best Coast
Ah, West
Wednesdays.
Coast Wednesdays. There's been some
I'm
stuff.
saying Best Coast, not West Coast. We know we on the
Okay,
West. Best Coast Wednesdays. We are the best right now. It's less than 100 degrees outside. Temperatures, what we want. I'm not
it's a
sweating
bit
in the house.
humid though.
It's the
It's a little
humidity, but the
stuffy.
humidity is a little tolerable. It's not the high humidity because there's no sun. Tomorrow's going to be
No.
brutal for us, though, with that humidity.
Yeah.
Still Best Coast, though.
Yeah. It's good, and we're good, and we got a lot to talk about. Of course, there's always interesting stories in the news, and some great ones as well. As you know, recently there's this huge influx of memes. I don't know if you remember when you were a kid, but I do. The Little Miss books. It was like a bunch of books they had about these little cartoon characters and their outfits and whatever. So they've been going everywhere, and you see everybody reposting them. And thank you for sharing these ones with me today, because we've got some sports Little Misses that are going around. Of course, the Little Miss Commissioner Cup champions. Mr. I was going to go pro, but I hurt my knee. I know we've all heard that story 1,000 of times. And Little Miss torn ACL. So keep the Little Misses going.
And just know, in the context of it, the Little Miss is representing your inner self.
Yes.
You're basically giving a little description of yourself. Now, I own a Little Miss T-shirt somebody got me, and it was called.
You do?
Yeah, yellow. It's called Little Miss Chatterbox. I was like, I do like the chats. I can't wear it now, but that's the Little Miss. Yeah, shout out to my girl Serena. Got me that years ago.
It is, right?
What'd you say?
I said, hey, it is what it is. You know, it's what we are.
Listen, we chat.
We chat, and that's what's going on. So. We just want to get into some hot topics first and foremost. Of course, if any of you have tuned into sports or seen anything, even in the regular news today, you found out that the U.S. has offered to deal to Russia the release of Brittany Griner, as well as Paul Whelan, who had been there for, I think he's been detained for almost 2 years, in exchange for the arms dealer, which we've all heard about, Victor Bout, the Merchant of Death, who is on the left-hand side. He has been in U.S. prison since 2012. Apparently, this deal was sent off to Russia some weeks ago, but supposedly there's supposed to be some kind of phone call taking place between the U.S. and Russia, which has not happened since prior to the Russia's invasion of Ukraine back in February. So the U.S. and Russia hadn't even talked since then. And this is going to be one of their first talks.
Yeah, so the Paul Whelan thing is a crazy story too. Just to give some context, because a lot of people are just saying it's about
context, please.
They're just a lot of people are saying about Brittany, but not talking about this guy.
Yeah,
who is Canadian, who has U.S. citizenship, British citizenship, has multiple citizenships, and used to be in the military, and basically went over to Russia to help out in a friend's wedding. He was going to be the tour guide. I guess he brought $80,000 in U.S. cash there. And during this whole wedding thing, he went to the parties. He went to, every event that led up to the wedding before the wedding day. He talked stories about people within Russia intelligence that he kind of heard stories about and knew, had a friend. Speaking on that, got him pretty much busted in his hotel room, along with down the hall, the friend that he was speaking of, who we hadn't seen in years. So we know that was a setup. And then they planted evidence of him saying he was doing some kind of things. Basically, long story short, they charged him with espionage. Now, he's been over there since 2018. He did not get sentenced, and his sentence is 16 years. He did not get sentenced until 2020. We're in 2022.
Yeah.
So...
And for clarification, it said that
going through it over there,
that they can't even release Brittany until her trial is complete.
Exactly. She has to have the conviction, like I said in the text, because I thought they weren't even going to negotiate until after her conviction and her sentencing was going to happen. But looks like they kind of jumped ahead of that, but that's the protocol. The court system in Russia is totally different than the U.S. court system. And I think people think that because they watch all these court shows, they know what time it is.
Totally this ain't Law and Order, y'all. This ain't Law and Order.
Well, it's not even Judge Judy. It's not Judge. It's not none of those. Not even divorce court. Totally different animal over in Russia on how they do things, how the process is. And not for nothing, even with the Brittany Griner situation, she had a translator with her, and the translator was telling the officers how much in dosage that she had, and was guessing, and was telling her, oh, you just signed this paper so we can get out of this. Like the manipulation of, so it's a whole big can of worms of,
it's a lot to unpack for them.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I
so.
just, woo,
so my thing
Lord.
is, how do you know this bargaining? Like, how do you know if the bargaining chip is going to work for an arms dealer? Like, and this guy's a notorious merchant of dealer? Death. Like, and this is a notorious arms dealer. Like, I feel like he's going to probably want something else. It's like, oh, well, if I can get that, then let me go for the gusto.
Well, I'm pretty sure once they actually detain Brittany, they already had, like I said earlier, like it's a chess. Russia's playing chess. They're not in it just for a quick, like, yeah, we'll help you out. No, they're going to try and squeeze everything they can out of this. And I think even when they, got her back in February, maybe it was like later on that they realized, hey, we could get whatever we want from her because now America, like they had done in the beginning, like the reason why people couldn't talk about it is because they wanted to make sure it wasn't made a huge deal because they didn't want it to, be used as something that they put against the U.S., which now we're in a position where.
But that's a pretty big ask. And do the two members weigh in value of the ask? A lot of people are debating about that.
Yeah, but they've got destruction of bipartisan. It was a bipartisan agreement for this. So there's Republicans and Democrats in favor of this trade, which most U.S. aren't really into making trades for people.
That was the first time. The government, security, Department of Security was not for it. But listen. How long has this merchant of death been in prison? And what is his sentence? Isn't it 45 years or 25 years?
25, and he's been in since 2012.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's almost there, like at the halfway point, kind of close to the halfway point.
No, not
so
at all.
his time spent, has this made this man a rehabilitated person, is what I'm getting at. To put this man up for a bargaining chip like that.
Oh,
is he reformed? Or is he going to go back to his old ways?
Listen, you think he learned his lesson? You think he cares? He's probably going to do what he did to make him some money before.
Right. Is the time long enough for him to kind of change his ways? Did he find a spiritual Lord in there? What? I just need to know.
And he's going back to Russia. You think Russia cares if he goes straight or if he goes back to his old shenanigans?
That's what I'm saying.
No. They're probably pushing it on him.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, so that's a big hot topic. We're going to see how this plays out. But if it does
I'm happy that move was made. Let's be clear. I'm very happy that the move was made. But I'm just curious about what's the end game with all of this. Because I know she's going to get convicted and she's going to see her.
But how slow are they going to make this process just to kind of really, snail it through?
I don't know.
Or will it get rushed? I don't know. I don't see Russia. I don't see
it getting rushed. They're in a war right now. They're literally in a war with Ukraine right now. So can they multitask this? What's in the front? What's in the back? What's the higher priority? And mind you, you're getting this Mr. Destruction of Death in a time of war, where he gets out and conveniently can. I don't even want to say it.
Help in that, aid in their in their needs.
Come on.
I'm sure his contacts are still good. They probably just got some new burner phones, but I'm sure they'll find him.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. In other hot topic news, of course, you've heard about Miss Liz Cambage.
Oh yeah,
who has left the Los Angeles Sparks in an interesting twist, because I think you'd said this all along, and I posted some of the pictures of her DJing here and her modeling pictures and her endorsements and who she works with. But I had kind of thought she would be at least sticking in the throughout this year. Like she had mentioned even when she first got drafted, like LA was the place she wanted to play. Last year when she left the Aces and she went to the Sparks, we knew that was the place that she wanted to probably either finish her career or, end the career.
I wonder why she wanted to go to LA so badly. She didn't say why. She said she wanted to be in LA and play there.
Well, I mean, obviously she's probably has a lot more time for modeling gigs. Doesn't have to travel to do some of those modeling gigs. I don't know.
Well, that's my point. That's the point I'm trying to make. Yeah. She's been having her eyes set on LA, not for the purpose of playing the game, but the purpose of where we are right now.
Right. Well, she's officially done, and people are, I've seen all these WNBA groups and different, groups talking about, oh, where is she going to go next? And what's, the question is she going to play anymore? That I think is the bigger question. Like, I think people think that she automatically, like in the NBA, if you just leave, you're going to another team. I don't know if that's maybe some option for her right now. Are we going to hear about maybe there was another, like a mental health breakdown that took place that we're going to find out after the fact, or did something else happen to cause this?
Girl, no, come on, stop it. You know what she's wanting to do. First of all, you get to a team, and yes, her career average for the Sparks wasn't too bad, but she never heightened her game. She never tried to make her game even better or improve on it. Not to mention, we've heard stories about there's rumors of why Candace Parker left the Sparks, and it had a lot to do with Derek Fisher and some incidents stuff. Who knows if that's relative to what Liz was going through as well?
But they have turned it around as a team since the firing of Derek
exactly,
Fisher.
But she was still there with Derek Fisher. Maybe there were still some issues that she had with this franchise regarding that.
We know how Derek Fisher gets down, so
possibly. And I'm just saying that as a huge possibly, because I don't know, but possibly that could be a reason. But I don't think that's the reason. But this girl been wanting to be out, and her OnlyFans is blowing up. Like, she's been wanting to be out of this. I've been telling you.
What is she getting on OnlyFans, right? I didn't even know.
No, I'm not curious. Yeah. I didn't. I'm curious. I have to look it up.
I don't know.
But it must be some bread.
But she might have some DJing things coming up. She could have more modeling gigs that she's been unable to take care of because of the season. And let's face it, those gigs and those jobs are probably paying a lot more than WA for her right now.
I don't think you want to know how much these EDM DJs make.
That's what I'm saying.
But they make a grip. I believe Calvin Harris. I think Calvin Harris's net worth is what, 40 million.
Well, we know she's not on the Calvin Harris.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. The pathway. It's kind of like, why not be an EDM DJ? You understand what I'm saying? Right. Mm-hmm. You see what the lucrative.
She's like the Savage Fenty and sponsor, and she's got a bunch of gigs. She's probably modeling for different. She was on Elle Australia. I mean, the cover of Elle Australia. Like, those are things that are paying pretty nice, and probably paying for most of the reason why she probably hasn't played overseas for a while as well. But so
this woman has wanted to do a whole bunch of other facets aside from basketball.
Yeah.
Has she really ever expressed the love of the game?
I don't think so.
It's a job. I need a check. I need to try to make some access to do some things. Other than this is a means to an end.
And not even a job she's been happy with most of the time. That's caused her different breakdowns. And
it's like, it's a means to an end. I think everybody's like, you're tall. Instead of shouting model to her, they were like, basketball, you're tall. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I hear that when they're of statuesque build and height. They're thinking in their mind as a kid, I want to be a model. When everybody else is seeing you as an advantage point of, basketball, you definitely could. What does that do to your mentals?
Man, listen, fortunately enough, I was able to do a little bit of both, but none of them were going to take me anywhere spectacular.
I get that, but at least you like sports, though. What if that was just her only thing was fashion models and seeing supermodels and doing all that life?
Well, and that's good, too, because I also don't think that I think... And she could be one that opens the doors for these women, because there's not a lot of women that are 6'8" modeling. Let's start there. I mean, you want to be 6 feet, 6'1", 5'10", 5'9". Those are most, of the most largest names in modeling are those heights. But to be 6'8", like, hey, maybe she opens the doors for these other women that, like, when you go to Costco, see the guy that's like 6'10", and you're wondering, why are you at Costco? Didn't you play basketball? Couldn't you?
The same type of thing.
Yeah,
you see the other thing instead of what they really choose to be.
Right. But I mean, you know,
the stereotype of it all.
Let's just hopefully whatever move she makes next is the one that makes her happy. Because that's I think.
I hope so, because I'm you know, listen, I'm feeling for her.
Yeah.
Don't waste people's time and their pay roll. And there's other women up and coming that would love to be a center in the Sparks. I mean, you're taking seat away from those that got drafted and then they got, you know, sent back and, you know, got put on reserve or whatever the case may be. And, you know, like, don't take someone else's seat or chance.
It's a lot.
So she did the right thing.
So
this is not the first
amicable divorce
in the WNBA. This is not the first divorce we heard this year in the NBA.
It's definitely not.
So, you know.
So we got a Hugadoris that can't seem to stop Hugadoring loco.
Yes,
I just, you know, I'm not one to put up mugshots, but there had to be some kind of comparison. So, of course, we've talked about him before, Damon Arnette. He was a Raider back in 2021, but was released by them when he had a couple issues. One, I think, with a woman, and then there was one of him, a video of him holding guns, making threats that had surfaced in a video. So he was let go. I think, what'd you say? The Chiefs picked him up, I think?
Yeah, the Chiefs picked him up for this season, like the 20.
Chiefs picked him up like in January. But then once he got the charges from the Vegas incident. Yeah, because he pulled out a gun at a valet here in Las Vegas. He was let go by the Chiefs. Here's my thing. That case just got dismissed. All 5 felony charges were dismissed. He's got a great attorney, first of all. I'm not sure how you pulling out a gun on valet. I don't. Well, I guess we'll see. So Mr. Arnette, this is literally like a day after his charges were released. Maybe he's celebrating because he's in Miami Beach. He was stopped twice by police. So he gets pulled over Monday night of this week. He's driving. Cops pick him up. He has a suspended license. They issue a citation. They say, hey, you can't drive this vehicle. You can't drive, period, until you get this resolved. But somebody else is welcome to drive your car for you that can legally drive. Okay, bam. That's like Monday night. Cut to like 1 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. So we're talking just like 4 hours later. He gets picked up by the cops again because they see the same car and they pull it over and it's still him driving. So they arrest him for knowingly driving on a suspended license. But as they're searching him, they find a small baggie containing, of course, that white powdery substance consistent with that of cocaine in his front pocket. And then they also find cut up straws in small pieces, of course, that is used to use cocaine. So that's what I've seen in videos and movies, and that's what I'm going with. I mean, we see rolled up dollar bills, you see cut up straws, like, so this guy is driving.
I'm funny saying that, like, is it? Because, you know,
this guy's driving when he was just told not to drive. So you don't have no friends that could have picked up and could have drove your car for you.
He absolutely does have friends that could have picked him up. It's the friends he didn't want them driving his whip.
Man, listen. And look at the situation you in now.
Not NWG Suave.
Like, I don't know. I mean, this guy clearly has 9 lives and he clearly has a great attorney presence. So I'm curious to see how this one plays out. But when do you learn? Do you ever?
NWG Suave's a rapper. He's down in Miami. He's trying to live his best life. He's 25 years old.
He's trying to get on with AB on the stage.
This guy is no longer in the league. I mean, I don't know what to say.
I'm just more.
I don't know what to say. I mean, do I care?
Yeah.
And not so much.
Definitely shaking.
I mean, you took down a Raider opportunity. So, well, is this Raider Nation be mad at you for that? Salty. So. On dumb
he didn't want Carlos said he didn't want anyone to know he was on that stuff. Yeah, I think that was a little hard to pass when
I don't know how they couldn't when he got out of the car. He's probably driving super fast. His adrenaline's probably
listen. So yeah, the Hugadores are in full effect. That was enough for the segment because he's done so much. It's like it was a follow.
My nose is itching. I hate to be based on my nose. Like I got allergies. I was about to sneeze. I was trying to stop it. But anyway, that stuff's crazy. It's rough. It's I don't know what to say.
It's terrible.
He's in Florida. He's in the right place.
Just don't let it be some fentanyl sneaking up in there and then you dead the next day.
I mean, listen, I'm sure this guy's got some people that on his team.
Well, I mean, there's enough people that are athletics or celebrities that you'd think have the best dealers of whatever kind, yet they're still dropping too. So I just
they are, but that's on him. I mean, what do you want me to do, Mel? This is the Jugadores Locos. Let him live his life. This is what he's doing. You know, you make these life choices. And I can't feel sorry for people like that.
25. Like, don't you want something else in life besides this? I don't know.
Apparently not. He is a rapper. He is NWG Suave. Let that man be suave.
He's a rapper. Yeah. Everybody's a rapper. Remember, they're all in their bathroom. They all have like egg cartons up on it. They've got a mic. They're hot. You know, they're coming in hot. So
I don't know what he's doing in his studio time, but he's now facing jail time. So maybe he'll be doing a rapping. You know, they rap up in there too. Maybe they'll give him lyrical content.
He's going to be
Who knows what this does to this man's life?
Whole album ready to go. Now,
who knows what this does to this man's life? Like,
well, I'll be listening for your heads up when that album drops.
NWG Suave. I'm not going to shoot. I don't have it on alert for me. I just know that he was trying to rap.
He was trying to.
He's got content now.
Speaking of hot,
in the slammer,
our aces. Our Commissioner Cup champions.
Yay!
These ladies held it down in Chicago, beating the Sky 93-83. They pretty much held like a 10-point or more lead for most of the game, except for a couple places where it got down to like 7 or 8. But the ladies did a great job. Chelsea Young was the MVP for the game.
Chelsea Young or Chelsea Gray?
Chelsea Gray. Jeez, Melissa. This is what happens when I take a nap in between work and the show.
Saw Jackie Young and Chelsea, and you put them together.
I think I just did it. So Chelsea Gray is the MVP, and she got a nice crystal glass trophy, which I had to put a side by side next to, of course, Kelsey's, because at least they improved. At least they knew that there was something wrong. They heard enough of everybody's banter about it. And they made a change. Because what if Chelsea would have got the same kind of trophy?
Chelsea's award looks like the American Music Award. I'm sorry. I remember those glass things. And the American Music Award goes to.
But at least it looks better. And you can put that on your shelf in your library or whatever.
I didn't say it didn't.
Better.
I didn't say it didn't. I just said it looks like an American Music Award. I mean, it's a high accolade when you get one of those. Michael Jackson's got a few of them. That's what they look like.
Yeah.
I didn't say that it looked worse.
Okay.
I just said that's what it looks like.
Kelsey Plum had a game high 24 points. She went 4 for 4 in the first half, which helped them get their huge 4 for 4 from 3-point line. That was great. Asia recorded her 15th double-double. But it was the end of the game after winning, after the celebrations. They're behind the scenes, and Commissioner Engelbert had come out to give Kelsey a new MVP trophy, and this is one down to
what this one looking like? What is it like, Rand?
So going forward, any award that Kelsey Plum gets is going to be a miniature.
It's going to be mini. It's going to be like Hot Wheels size. They're probably going to get smaller and smaller as she wins awards.
That would be the best thing ever to see. To the point where it's a Monopoly thimble.
Oh my God. Or the car.
Or the top hat.
Oh man, pieces. They got her. It was like in like this Tiffany blue kind of box, so it made it look.
It looked like
nice.
A Tiffany cup. It looked like it was Tiffany silver. I mean, it looked really nice, but I don't know.
Even smaller.
The size.
I don't know. They're really making that one a thing. So that was pretty hilarious.
if it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean was a person or a trophy. Listen. Be that.
Yeah. But it has been a busy week for Kelsey Plum too, because she also got a surprise gift. We were at Well, I was at the game when Tom Brady was there, but she did get blessed by a little care package from TB12 himself, and here's her reaction.
No! 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 Kelsey, you are amazing. Good luck. Let's go!
Listen, I would be excited too. No wonder.
Yeah, I had to send that to Natalie because she was already hot.
Oh, I know she was. Now I wonder who else was hot. I wonder if her boyfriend was hot about that.
I mean,
I don't get that kind of reaction.
Is she gonna wear that Tampa Bay Bucks jersey to the Raiders game?
She better not. She knows it's good for her.
Or when Tampa,
she's not gonna feel smoke from him.
Doesn't the Bucks come in town this year too?
She's gonna feel smoke from others. Shoot.
Well, she'll be. What was your question? Aren't the Bucks playing here too this year?
They are.
Yeah.
As I said, she's gonna feel that smoke from the fans. She ain't gonna have to. She'll
make it down. Be up in some box, so ain't no one gonna
make it. She ain't gonna make it to the box with that on. That's what you're not understanding, Mel. She's not even gonna make it.
Even for the love of Kelsey Plum and the Aces, that she's not gonna make it.
They care not. They're gonna be like, "Why are you wearing this?
Why is that?
What are you trying to do? Jinx the team?"
Well, I mean, at this point too, you can't even wear it because it's signed, it's autographed, like that's hanging.
Oh no, she would definitely not wear it. No, all jokes aside, she definitely would not wear it. No.
For sure.
That thing's about to be framed and mounted.
But that's one game she'll probably be at.
And that would be the craziest thing too if she mounts it over her bed too. Poor guy.
She's gonna have to put that in her closet or something.
Poor guy. Look up to this.
Oh man.
I gotta look up to this.
Wait, what are we doing?
The goat?
What are we doing? Okay.
What?
Okay. So I had a picture for it, but I don't now. So in some other Las Vegas news, Las Vegas was announced as one of the new cities to host the XFL. So they will be an XFL team here. It's huge. So they got rid of 3 teams. They added Las Vegas, Orlando, and they had 3 teams in Texas: San Antonio, Arlington, and Houston, Seattle, St. Louis, and DC. Which is going to be crazy because basically now that the Rock and them are owning it, they have new rules. So basically, everybody's practicing during the week in Arlington, Texas. All the teams, and then they get flown out to their respective cities prior to the games.
Wow,
which is interesting. And there is no location set for Las Vegas. So I'm hoping that no one picks Sam Boyd because, God, that's just a dumpster fire out there. They're saying it possibly could be Allegiant. But as of right now, there's no home for the Vegas team. They do have former Raider coach or former Raider Rod Woodson as their coach.
Nice.
So that'll be cool. They got 8 teams in the league, and I can't believe 3 are in Texas. Man, Texas boy.
Texas, wow.
I know.
But that'll, like hopefully.
It's like every 6 months there's a new team. We've got the lacrosse team that's starting in like January, February, or December, I think, even this year. That'll be here out. I think they're out at the Dollar Loan Center.
Yeah, I can't keep up. It's just too much.
It's everything.
It's actually going to be a big metropolitan city of sports of all kinds. Like
they need to start building some other arenas off a strip because that strip is getting so.
Well, they're going to have to for sure.
Even like going to the Aces game on Saturday, they also had the soccer game an hour later, and it took me 30 minutes just to get on D. Martin. It took like 30 minutes to get out the parking structure. I mean, that's just for 2 events happening at one time. What happens when there's a basketball and a hockey game and a football game all at the same time?
You better walk there. Park and walk.
Man,
find the nearest property you go park at, Tropicana or somewhere. What's that new casino next to it? There used to be Hooters. Get on the tram and get to get to where you need to go.
Miss Bondi, exactly. Sam Boyd needs to be torn down. I don't even know what it's out there for. They got that's so much property they could be using for other things. Just like they're going to tear down the Fiesta and the Ranch or the other hotel there on Rancho, Texas. they're using that space on the better. So why can't you just tear down Sam Boyd, build a bunch of houses, condos, apartments? I don't know, something, because it doesn't get used. I don't think anyone really goes there anymore. Last time I think I saw something there was the Rugby Sevens. I don't know.
You may have to ask Boyd Gaming what they're going to do with it.
They should do something. Shoot,
they got
or
some
put another
properties
casino down there. Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know.
I know it's a little late because it's already 7:30 technically. Leave it to the lights, boy. They pull out all the stops.
Do they really have a camel there?
They have a camel. If not one, more than one. I couldn't tell. They had made it plural at times in the media release, but then it was an individual one. So it sounds like there was either a camel or camels on the field prior to the game tonight. The game started at 7:30, so it hasn't. Probably already happened, where they were inviting fans to come down to the field, take selfies, to feed the camel, and that the camel would also be joining the team prior to the game.
Boy, those llamas are jealous.
Man, how are you not?
How are you just gonna outshine the llamas or try to outshine?
We know one
the
passed, but there's still llamas that are. The llama love is real, and for you to come in here with camels, now I'm just
exactly.
confused.
And guess what? If I was there, I would definitely be showing those llamas love first. Then I go to the camel.
I'm just wondering if the llamas and the camel got along. Like, is that like?
I was going to ask that question too. I'm curious if they,
or if the llamas were not allowed today, or the llamas still going to the games. I'm just curious. I need to probably go to a game. Yeah. So the other issue, or not issue, so the Lights have won their last 2 games straight. They've won 4 of their last 5. They play San Antonio tonight, who has the best record in the USL. But they're not, after today, they're not back home until August 20th. So they are on the road for like 4 to 6 games
for
straight.
A minute.
Yeah. They are gone for a minute.
So this was the game to go to. Darn it.
This was definitely the game to go to. And the Aviators are currently not here, but the Las Vegas ballpark repeats as the best of the ballpark fan vote. So for the 3rd time in 4 years, they are the best of the AAA ballparks. So we know that. Anyone that's been to the ballpark knows that. You see these other minor league team stadiums, it's just not a competition. But they have won 3 of the 4 years. They're not back here until next Tuesday for games.
Yes.
And the last thing we had went to the VGK Battle for Vegas. A lot of the hockey guys were here. Well, they'd been staying here for a while, obviously, because Mr. William Karlsson got married over the weekend, brought out almost all of the old Misfit gang. I think Fleury wasn't there, and there was one other person, I think, but got some of the new VGK and got a lot of the old VGK there supporting him for his wedding day. Had a big old wedding ceremony. I don't know if it was Bellagio, but it was one of the hotels in the Strip. It was beautiful. I saw some of the footage, so I don't know.
Well, that's even if they did Bellagio, you got the botanical gardens, and you got all that great, like, nice stuff.
I mean, it was just, it was just beautiful, over the top, fancy, it was just great. It was beautiful to look at.
Wow.
Yeah. The Super Diana. Huh?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm just saying, gotta love those summer weddings. Jeez.
Yeah. Especially in Vegas.
Right.
Well, nighttime probably a lot nicer. So.
Oh yeah.
The battle of Suber and Diana Taurasi for their final matchup on Friday didn't kind of go as expected for Suber. Mercury beat them. Skylar Diggins-Smith went off for like 35 or 34 points.
She
tied her like career high in points.
She does that. Like that's.
But she was kind of MIA during the beginning, so maybe she just turned it on.
No, she just turned it on. Like she turned it on the last time we played the Phoenix Mercury.
Yeah.
She was turning into beast mode, so yeah, I'm not surprised.
Tina Charles becomes the fourth WNBA player to reach 7,000 career points. Only other people in that category: Diana Taurasi, Tina Thompson, and Tamika Catchings. So only 2 current players are in that. In that squad, yeah. And Candace Parker becomes the 4th on the WNBA's career rebound list after she grabbed 11 on Saturday. She had moved up to 5 on Friday, and by Saturday she was number 4.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty impressive. Jeez.
So football is coming soon. I've already had to switch over the fantasy league that I lost, that I won twice, 2 years in a row. I had to switch it over today, because it's August. It's fantasy time. We're getting close to it. Training camp has officially started here in Las Vegas as well as every other city. I just wanted to touch on this. So the Seahawks, Chris Carson, our running back since he was drafted in 2017. He retired at the age of 27 due to neck injuries. Of course, he's been battling injuries almost every year, but he was a great running back for us. So it's sad to see him go, but hey, health is most important. Also, KJ Wright, who was here with the Raiders last year, who was drafted by the Seahawks and played, 10 years with the Seahawks, got to sign a 1-day deal with them to retire as a Seahawk. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, KJ's dope.
Nice.
KJ came in the store. He was really, really cool. And I knew he kept that Seattle address because he was like, I knew this was just a pit stop doing the Raiders thing. No, right. I knew that. Like, I knew like that we knew what his contract was. So we knew it wasn't going to be. Yeah. So it makes sense to do what he's doing. Yep.
And then they was announced just like an hour or two ago, DK Metcalf is at camp, but he's not participating.
Why is that?
Because he wants to get paid. So they have not come to a understanding with his contract. He wants to get more money and there's unresolved issues.
Did he show up in his midriff with that demand?
He probably did. It's hot. Listen, it's like, you think it's hot here right now. It was 95 in Seattle yesterday and humid. So that's like 105, 110 plus. I'd say 60 to 75% of people in Seattle don't have air conditioning. They didn't need it before.
And the heat wave is real all over. Heat wave is like real serious right now.
It's big time. It's big time. Yeah. Another one of the NFL stories that broke out was, of course, Tom Brady gets another receiver, Julio Jones. So this will be the testament to see if he lost it or if this was all he needed was a little change in scenery. But look at the weapons. I mean, they said that Julio is now basically the fourth option for Tom Brady. You got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Russell Gage, just Leonard Fournette still running back. You don't even need Gronkowski. So if Gronkowski wants to stay retired, he can.
I think he will. That part, I think he will.
Oh, man.
And I mean, Leonard Fournette is still overweight, So he probably.
Well, we don't know. We haven't got the update. He's still got some time before the season starts.
Oh, no, we got the update today if you watch Skip and Shannon. We got the update. He still has another 15 pounds to go. No, we got the update. I don't know what you're talking about. We got the update. I got it this morning at least. So my guy, you need to. I don't even want to get into this. It's your job, sir. So he probably needed that fourth option of a wide receiver. You can't count on Leonard Fournette to be reliable enough to be in shape to show up for camp. Probably started panicking when he saw his chubby self going like, "Oh, he's running like that now." That don't look good.
I mean, there's another
Julio.
There's another topic I'll get to later too, because there's another player who's getting paid buku bucks. Maybe no, it wasn't a weight issue though. Never mind. So, but I don't know.
You're 15 pounds, sir. Let's go.
Get rid of it. Let's go. It's time.
Let's go.
It's time.
That's all you gotta do is work out for your job.
And you got trainers, nutritionists, and all this.
Like a chef, a nutritionist, all of that.
Let me get that. Let me just get the nutritionist and the trainer.
You can have a personal trainer.
Let me just get it.
Not to mention, you still have a teacher and a motivator there too. It's not like you're on your own at free will going to work out. You have a team.
They just don't get how
you literally probably have somebody to wake you up. You don't even need an alarm. Like the wake up call is there at your house, at your front door. Come on, Sam.
Listen.
Come on.
I just don't see how Tom Brady hasn't sent over like the TB12 team just to like throw, go
he
stay.
Didn't. He probably couldn't. So he said, "Let me call Julio Jones and see what his work's looking like."
It's a lot.
It's a light of fire for Leonard Fournette to do the right thing here, guy.
I don't know. It's crazy.
You'll never get the ball.
The 49ers announced that they're moving on with Trey Lance as their QB1.
That's now very interesting.
Trey Lance's team. So that's
very interesting. Like, thank you, Jimmy. But no thanks, Jimmy.
We appreciate you.
Right.
It's time to go.
No thanks, Jimmy.
So, we'll see where Jimmy lands. I don't think Jimmy wants to be a number 2 still, at this point in his career. I think he feels that he can still quarterback QB1 a team. So I don't know. The Niners still are having issues there. They still got Deebo Samuel. He's at training camp doing the same thing as DK, not practicing. But coach made it sound like they're working on a deal, that they're, talking with him. They're trying to get him, get that worked out. So will Deebo leave? Will he stay? It looks like more signs are pointing to he'll stay, but he ain't playing until that contract get done.
All I can say is it's going to be a mess in the NFC West anyway. So just starting. Kyler Murray's the next one on deck with his little paid study.
So I think it was yesterday is when most training camps opened up, but Aaron Rodgers arrives to training camp, giving us a little Con Air vibe. But what's hilarious is that it's the NFL Network Cynthia Freeland who did a little spoof of it too. So I had to show this.
I hate to say it, but I'm still looking at Aaron in this video.
Yeah.
I'm still looking at Aaron Rodgers.
The Con Air, Nick
I'm
Cage.
just looking at the body. I'm looking for the neck down. I see the dangling hair, but I'm just looking for the neck down, those arms, that chest. I'm just looking at all of that right now.
Ain't no belly there. He's in shape. He's fit. He's ready to go. He got Nick Cage going on.
Vibe, like chopping trees. I'm seeing all of that with his
chopping trees.
I'm seeing under the sink, screwing in, fixing my sink. I'm seeing it all. I'm seeing Carpenter Man. I'm seeing it everything. I'm just seeing like this is the alpha male. Like this is a man's man. This is Mr. Fix-It showing up.
Oh, for sure.
With the Con Air vibes.
He's got the plumber vibe.
Yeah.
Minus the pot belly and whatever else. So.
Right.
Interesting factoid about Kyler Murray's new contract with the Cardinals. He signed that big $230 million contract. He got like 105 or 160 million guaranteed.
I can't even be mad at this fool.
For his contract, he has to watch 4 hours. 4 hours of weekly film study to be in compliance with this deal. And this does not include the mandatory meetings where they go over film as a team. This means you independently have to.
He's getting paid for independent study, y'all. They can see him take the iPad home, and they assume that he's doing 4 hours.
They gotta check to make sure it's on. They want to. They're gonna quiz him the next week.
Well, we know he's doing independent study. We see him every day with his iPad and his notes.
But here's the deal. Bad? But hang on. How bad was he doing with studying film for them to actually have to put this into his contract? Like they said, it's basically unprecedented. They've never had something like this in a player's contract before.
Right.
And what were you not doing that they were forced to do this?
Having too many interceptions, not having fewer interceptions like he did last season. That's what was going on.
I mean, was coach like, hey, did you watch film yesterday? And he's like, like
about that. Yeah, something suddenly came up.
My dog ate my homework, and
guess what? I couldn't connect to my Wi-Fi. Like I had my pad up, and my Wi-Fi was tripping. I swear to God, like
Wi-Fi went down. I have no way.
Wi-Fi went down. The app would reload. I was trying to update and do updates, and yeah, okay. This is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's just never.
And I can picture this guy just carrying his little iPad, like.
Sitting on a sofa that's way too big for him.
I'm gonna go home and read these plays. I'll be right back.
You got 4 hours. We're timing you.
I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Oh man,
call me out, son. Freaking, we sitting in here having to study all these plays, and we're hoping you execute them properly. But we don't know for sure if you're executing properly because you just take your notes, your study guide home. You do independent study at home. The heck,
man! Listen, watch he still not get it right.
Yeah,
they're gonna watch it. If he doesn't even get it right this time, and he's still messing up, and it doesn't seem like he's actually, doing his own independent work, they're gonna probably have some kind of like login sheet like you used to have when you were a kid. Like if you read a book, your mom would have to sign it, or someone have to sign it for you. Like they're gonna have somebody like.
He probably has that already set up. He probably has it where he logs in and puts his employee information in and let it sit and runs it. He gets up, he walks away, he goes walks his dog, he goes talk on the phone, he does whatever he's got, takes a nap. Does what everything he has to do, Answer the survey. How did this?
Well, now his
today?
money is involved though. So if they can prove that he's not doing it, it's going to affect that.
It's like going to college, dude. Or you sit in the class and the person that you used to see sitting next to you all the time in this class is now checked out, saying, "Oh, I went on to online. I ain't got time for this. I'm going online. I'm doing independent study." What?
Carlos said he need to get him on Teams.
Teams, yeah, Teams for real.
We want to watch you while you're going over it.
But Teams even be trying to send you little, like I have Teams too. They check in with you, but all you have to do is hit an emoji thumbs up. Yeah, I got your message.
Camera's still off though.
Phone. Doing the independent study.
So the Browns also announced that Deshaun Watson is the number one, but should something happen in regards to a penalty brought down on him, that Jacoby Brissett will be the number one there. So that's out the way in discussion. Also, there's a lot of helmets coming out. Everybody's got these new helmets coming out. The Cowboys announced they're returning back to the throwback, that classic white one there on the left.
Oh, I like that.
That's going to be for the Thanksgiving game this year. The Bengals right there in the center, they're going to have an alternate white helmet for at least one game this season. The Bears are bringing out the orange helmet. So right there in the far right, that's going to be for the October 13th game. The Texans have a red helmet for November 3rd game. The Falcons have a red, that one in the bottom right is going to be for week 6 against the Niners. The Eagles are bringing back the old 80s, 90s helmet back with Cunningham. So, and then of course I couldn't fit them all on one screen, but the Saints have an all black with the gold logo one. And then of course the Patriots are bringing back their old school 80s, 90s with the Pat the Patriot logo on it.
Oh, with the Patriot on it.
Uniform. Yeah. So I'm still waiting for the Seahawks to announce they're going to bring back the old blue and green, like that vintage blue and green. I would love to have that for one game. Like, come on. Don't do us like that. Last little tidbit in the NFL. If you're like me and watched Hard Knocks in season, we all know who Darius Leonard is, who plays for the Colts. So he officially is going to only go by his middle name now, Shaquille. So he will be from this point on. Huh?
Hard Knocks is on?
No, it doesn't start till August. Hard Knocks is August. But this was the in-season team they had last year.
Oh, gotcha.
The Colts. So he's going to be going by Shaquille Leonard because he says that basically his family and friends always called him by his middle name. So he will no longer be referred to as Darius Leonard. So in case you see 53 and you hear Shaquille, that's going to be him.
We know somebody like that. We've been down that road before.
Listen, you know.
Everybody's got their middle name action going.
Moved to
a new city and wanted to get the middle name called.
Hey, you know, but he didn't.
So we've been down this road for sure.
Yeah, we have. So in case you see the 53, just know that it's Shaquille.
It's Shaq Leonard.
Shaq Leonard. That's what we're going to hear on Monday Night Football from now on. So,
yeah.
Major League Baseball trade deadline is next Tuesday. Of course, teams are still chasing after Juan Soto. You've got all these teams trying to make a playoff push or make the playoffs, like my Mariners.
Good luck.
Hey, listen, all I got to say is this guy right here. So after the home run derby, he hurt his wrist. He was out the entire Astros series. We lost the entire series, all 4 games to the Astros. It sucked and it stank. It was just ridiculous. He comes back, I think, yesterday. We're playing the Rangers, and now we beat the Rangers last night. His first hit up to bat in the first inning was a home run. Today, they had a day game. 7th inning, down by 1. He hits a 3-run home run, 416 feet. Like, Julio's this guy. And what I'm also mad is that we lost to the Astros for 3 or 4 games. Meanwhile, the Astros are losing got swept by the A's. How is that possible?
But you guys are playing them again tomorrow. Y'all start y'all series again with them.
I think we play the Yankees soon, don't we?
Nah, y'all got a 3-game series coming up with the Astros. Look it up. So y'all back with them boys.
I mean, I feel like I'm fine with that now. listen, I think he just changes the teams.
4-game series with the Astros. All right.
And we had it 2 with them. We had 4 with them before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but now we got to go to Houston.
And you got to go to Houston.
Houston just lost 3 games to the A's. Who's still losing to the A's?
Well, see, that's not good for you guys because they're going to take it out on you guys now. They were supposed to win that A's game. I don't need this
negative energy on my team.
No. But I'm just saying that when teams lose to sucky teams, they get the fire under their belt. Like, oh, well, we got to come in and prove ourselves. Yeah.
Well,
I'm mad that happened.
We got a healthy Julio. We got Kyle Lewis back a week ago.
So for real, like I'm really mad that happened because we don't want this guy's wrist to get hurt again. This is like
they did the whole X-rays, MRIs, or whatever on it. It was just like a sprain. It wasn't like a tear or anything.
And we don't want any pitchers throwing fast balls towards them like that, almost hitting them. We don't want no brawls. We don't want.
I think all the fans would jump out
because these Astros like to cheat, and that's why I'm tight.
Listen, I have officially joined the Astro hating bandwagon, and
welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Chapter 145 here in Las Vegas accepts you. Listen, I'm telling you. That's not good when they lose to sucky teams like that. Like, I'm so tight for you. Like, I don't even like how they did that.
It's all right. I'm cool. We got Julio back. We didn't have Julio the entire series against them to begin with. And I
hope you beat the brakes off them all 4 games. At least 3 out of 4. I just hope you go on the straight one. Lose this first one possibly and win the next 3. Like, I'll take that. Just something. Put these guys to bed.
So the second highest paid player in Major League Baseball, Mr. Trout.
Mike Trout.
Listen. So apparently his trainer says that he has a rare back condition that he will have to manage for the rest of his life. Costovertebral dysfunction of his T5 vertebrae. This guy gets $37 million a year. He was trying to play it off like, I'm good, we straight, no big deal. He's 30. The Angels haven't decided if they need to shut him down for the rest of the season. This is after last season he was gone for most of it too, because he had a calf injury. He was doing well, at least as the best the Angels could expect, especially since they've been doing kind of crappy. Is that he played 79 games this year. He already had 24 home runs, but they don't know because it's basically that part where you're twisting your back. As a baseball player, that's like your number one.
At bat, you're gonna have to hit that ball, and you're gonna have to make that twist to hit that ball. You have to make that twist to catch that ball. Like.
Everything.
What does this mean for him? Like, this is so bad.
Everything.
I'm sad.
It's terrible. It sucks.
I like Mike Trout.
Young too, but
yeah. I don't know his contract or nothing. Being a Dodger girl, we wanted him.
But what if it hampers his, playing? You signed a 10, 12, 14-year contract. You're getting $37 million a year. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, what does this all mean?
Where's the clause in that one?
Tell me what this means.
I don't know. So the Oakland A's had some guests today, and perhaps this is the reason why they won again and beat Astros, but the Currys were in the house.
In a crowd that looks like 1,000.
In a crowd that, granted, it was a little bit. Yeah, I'm wondering if the ticket sales increased a little bit.
That did not change. So it had to be A's and Golden State Day, where both. Well, they don't have a trophy, but maybe it was Golden State's trophy there. I don't know. They did that with the Dodger-Laker time when I went to the Dodgers game in August. It was Dodger-Lakers, and we had the Dodgers championship trophy and the Lakers championship trophy right there.
I don't know because
we were celebrating our wins,
But then you wouldn't have had Aisha out there throwing the first, but it probably would have been like Steph and Clay or something like,
You might be right. That's why I'm just asking, what was the reason? I just don't know why it was a Curry
Probably
day.
They needed to try and increase ticket sales by saying Stephen Curry is going to be throwing out the first pitch.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was just a thing where people could see the Golden State Warriors championship trophy just to have a sense of what a championship feels like in the day. I don't know.
There's some new jerseys coming out too for this season. The Bucks got an all black one. San Antonio, you can't really see in this picture, but the sides is kind of like that. Kind of New Mexico has like that the fabric from the blankets, the Mexican blankets.
Was it an Aztec print?
Yeah, it's similar to the, Hispanic or the not Hispanic. What's
like ponchos?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
It has like that little Aztec. Yeah, I guess so. Then of course
like
you
ponchos.
got Detroit going back to the teal. It's the return of the teal. None of it really matters, I think, to me, but hey.
No, and it's so sad. Poor Kevin Durant. Miami said no to him. Golden
Oh,
State
really?
said no to him. Yeah, all his little top ass teams were like, no, sorry, we're gonna have to pass.
And that's the thing. Are we gonna see? Where is KD gonna be going anywhere?
He's gonna be back in Brooklyn.
And Donovan Mitchell, where's Spider going?
Oh, I think D. Mitchell found a team.
I don't think so. Last I heard, he was still.
No, let me look it up.
No, because there was talk of there would need to be a lot to get him.
I thought he landed, but maybe not. Hold on.
I don't think he landed yet. You go ahead.
No, keep going, like talking.
No.
But I don't. Maybe he did. I don't know.
Yeah. I just wanted to get into a couple girl powers before we get into some sneaker drops. You and I both had a chance to see this young lady in action because of the games we were at.
Yes.
But I wanted to just a big shout out to Pepper Pursley, who is 11 years old, mind you.
Love Pepper.
And she was able to do the on-court WNBA sideline reporting duties for during the Aces games. They were, I think she was there Tuesday and Saturday, or Tuesday and Thursday.
She was there
Thursday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's also a hooper, and they asked her kind of like, why did you get into this? And she was like, I love sports, I love basketball, and I had questions about the WNBA that my parents couldn't answer. And so I've seen her, I remember during, pandemic, when most media stuff was all during Zoom, I remember seeing and hearing her voice, and she has great questions, like better than other people. I mean, she has wonderful questions.
She's a great job. She is all in.
She's ready to take people's jobs right now, but here's a little clip of Pepper.
I was able to talk to Las Vegas Aces head coach Becky Hammond yesterday. She talked about the importance of the culture being built here in Las Vegas and how, especially after a tough loss, it's key to be locked in, thinking one game at a time. And she called for this team to be lifting each other up and making each other better. Krista, Carolyn, we'll see if that can help them win this game over the Fever today. Back to you, Krista.
I mean, she was just flawless. The back to use, and what a great question. And she was on top of her game, man. She is a great kid.
When you are really into something and you really like it, you're going to put it all, and you're going to be very inquisitive. And kids are the most inquisitive of anything. Yeah. Because don't you know, kids are the same kids that say, like kids are the same kids. Kids are the same type of kids that'll say, you'll answer a question and they'll say, but why? And then you go into another answer.
Always.
But why?
Why not?
And then you go into another answer, but why? Yeah. So they're always digging and digging and digging till they get to what they want to hear. And that's Pepper. Pepper is exactly like that with the WNBA. So kudos to her. She's so adorable and just very spunky and, approachable with that kind of thing. Who's going to say no to not answering a question by this lovely young lady?
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's got, you can follow her at Pepper Pursley, Pursley. She, has interviews with everybody live.
Yeah.
You can't say no to her.
No, I just can't say no to Pepper. Come on.
No. Also, for like the two WWE fans that we have in our Girl Chat Sports group, I had to give it up also to Stephanie McMahon. I've watched her grow since she was a kid. She's the daughter of Vince McMahon, who announced his retirement this year. He's retiring as a chairman and a CEO. She'll be taking over as a co-CEO and also take over the chairwoman job duties, according to her father. So,
and I heard Triple H is going to take a corporate position too.
And so her husband Triple H is going to be taking over. I think it's the talent portion or the recruitment or something like that.
Yeah,
so they're keeping
Triple H.
It
No, he's fine too. I used to love me some Triple H, honey. Talk about man's man. Go ahead, chop that wood.
Okay,
fix that man. Those arms, Can you imagine?
Usually wrestlers got bodies.
You got these Greek gods coming in your house. Like, honey, I'm home. What?
Listen.
Love it.
We're going to get to some sneakers real quick. So the Air More Up Tempos. I had to show them just because it's like one of my favorite colors, but I still wouldn't get them.
Oh my gosh.
These come out tomorrow on the 28th.
Gag me with a spoon.
And you gotta help me pronounce this brand because I don't. It's the
Comme des Garçons.
Comme des Garçons play.
The plays, yeah. With the Converse
times
collab.
the Converse One All Star. So it's coming out in the white and the black. These will also be released tomorrow on the 28th.
Those aren't bad. We sell the plays.
I like the white
store.
ones. I like the white ones.
I like that they're doing the actual Converse star instead of just the plain Converse with the hearts on them. We're tired of seeing those, so this is a good take.
That's good. Yeah. We had this before, but of course the low UNC Jordan 1s come out on the 29th. And then you've got the Jordan 3 retros, the Desert Elephant. So it has some different materials on here, kind of like a suede on the brown. There's that smooth black, like from the cements. But these will be out on the 30th of July. You also have the Nike Air Max Penny 1s. These are the home. I don't know I can't believe Penny still got shoes he's making, but these will be out on August 1st.
I got to say F you to the sneakers app right now at this point, because I have tried and tried and tried, and I have watched video after video and story after story, and I've let my phone sit and rock out trying to get shoes that I can't seem to get. So they did a re-release of the Jackie Robinsons, and they had an option for you to pick them up in store. You could do them either at the Nike store, at Caesars, or go to Red Rock. I thought, lesser of two evils, I'm going to choose Red Rock. No one's going to choose Red Rock. Why would they choose Red Rock?
They all are. I tried that once too.
Womp womp.
I feel like they have less inventory there too.
I didn't get the shoes. I mean, this is just kind of crazy at this point now, because I had my phone sitting right before 10 o'clock when the drop happened. 15 minutes, 5 minutes. As soon as it did it, I clicked, I added my shoe, and still no dice.
I feel like the Jackie Robinsons, because they're not terrible on resale right now. Like, I feel like in a month or so they may drop a little more. Like, they're like $100 over resale right now.
I don't even care anymore. I'm F you to sneakers, because you guys are not showing us people that really want a shoe love. Like, we're watching these stories. Like I said, I'm doing the work. And I don't
get why it's a draw. Why you have to join a draw? Why can't I be the first one to click on?
Who is getting all these shoes? And why are people coming up on thousands and thousands? What are the bot situation looking like? What are we doing to manage that? Why are you not making enough shoes to make it accessible for everyone to at least get their hands on?
Or at least someone that got them. I mean, I know everybody can get a pair, but at least if I knew someone I knew.
Why can't anybody get a pair? Why can't everybody get a pair? I'm seeing more pandas out in the streets now than no other.
But there's still people that want them that don't get them.
I'm still seeing pandas out there like Reeboks. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? I see more of those shoes than I do of anything else now out and about. So if that shoe is for everybody, why can't we get a nice Jackie Robinson for everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Come on. Sneakers is bugging. I'm over them. I really am. This is just ridiculous.
Okay. All right.
Like, I don't even know what to say, like, anymore.
Listen, I tried for the Travis Scotts. I even tried for them in grade school, preschool. Like, I tried everything.
This is ridiculous. But then you saw the guy on Bleacher Sneakers who had 12 pairs of them or 20 pairs of them. Like, how does that happen?
They got a plug.
I don't so get it.
I need a plug. I need a Nike plug. Where are the Nike people at? Jeez. I don't know.
Already outsourced to the people that's grabbing the sneakers on the app.
All right,
12 and 20 pairs. Jesus.
August 1st has been Yeezy Day for the last handful of years. Yeezy Day is so big now, they've made it to 2 days. So Yeezy has 6 shoes redropping on August 1st and 8 redropping on the 2nd. And
I don't even care.
Everybody with all the shoes. I'm just going to show a few. So the analog comes out on the 1st. It's part of the first drop. They've got the red stripe coming out on the 2nd. Now, here's one I haven't seen before they actually like. The Hyperspace. These come out on the 2nd.
Super duper trash. Why are we showing these trash sneakers? Nothing but an upgraded Ultra Boost. And all the douchey guys that like to walk around in these and think that they're somebody because they're in some Yeezys. Stop it.
No.
Go sit down in the corner.
I would never. No. I just like the colorway of that one.
Ultimate, what is it? Ultimate fanboys stands out there.
The Guidos and Guidettes and all their super
all
tight
the cool dads, yeah. My dad's cool. He's got a pair of Yeezys.
He's got ripped jeans that are super skinny and a pair of Yeezys. Anyways, you guys, that's our show for today. Happy Wednesday, Best Coast, West Coast Wednesdays. We appreciate it. If you're just now catching the tail end, you can rewatch it again on Facebook. Please. You can also share with a friend. We appreciate all the love. Make sure to go follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Girl Chat Sports. And we will catch back with you next week.
We sure will. Super
right,
Trout.
Bye.